Since the museum opened in 1936, the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts has assembled a collection of nearly 200 Korean objects. Including fine examples of ceramics, paintings, metalwork, lacquerware, furniture, and costume that span a cultural history of more than 1,500 years. Collection themes include the development of ceramic techniques, Buddhist art, ritual services, and outside cultural influences. In recent years, the museum's Korean holdings have grown rapidly through generous gifts and museum purchases. Some fine examples are currently on view in the Korean Gallery, which opened in 2012 with the support of the Korea Foundation. Foliate mirror with inscription, 12th to 13th century. The design on the back of this octagonal mirror shows people in a boat sailing against the roaring waves with a dragon emerging from the sea. Such designs have Chinese origin and can be traced back to the early 12th century of the Northern Song dynasty. Cast above the mast of the vessel is a 4-character phrase, which means heavenly blessings bring prosperity to the world. Container with floral design, 18th century. This rectangular box is lavishly decorated with mother-of-pearl inlay depicting floral and pearl motifs. Layers of black lacquer were first applied over the wood, into which the design was next carved. The design was then inlaid with finely cut and polished mother-of-pearl to complete the process. At the height of the Joseon dynasty's lacquer production, elegant containers for clothing, tableware, and stationery were regularly produced. Ritual tray, 19th century. Ritual incense burner and container, 19th century. This incense burner and container were likely placed on an altar table before a Buddhist deity. The burner held charcoal and the container stored powdered incense. The worshipper would sprinkle the incense onto the hot charcoal, ushering a purifying fragrance into the temple hall. Scholars' ceramic objects. Bottle with plum and bamboo designs, 19th to 20th century. Water jar, 19th century. Ring-shaped water dropper, 19th century. 2 water droppers with floral designs, 18th to 19th century. These objects represent accoutrements often kept in scholars' studios, primarily for writing and painting. The jar could hold liquids for washing brushes or for filling water droppers. To make ink, drops of water are applied to an inkstone, a type of mortar for grinding a dried form of ink known as an ink stick. Orchids and Rocks by Kim Hae-gang, early 20th century. Kim Hae-gang was a Korean court painter and a tutor of calligraphy for the imperial family. Among his favorite subjects were orchids and rocks, symbols of purity and strength, as depicted in this painting. The inscription reads, "Jutting out of the cliff to seek self-comfort, silent in the gentle wind. Who planted these spiritual roots in this quiet valley? Widely spread the fragrance on the ground." Ideographs of 8 Confucian virtues, Munjado, 19th century. Written in seal script, the 8 Chinese characters read, from right to left, filial piety, brotherhood, loyalty, trust, propriety, righteousness, integrity, and sensibility. Known as the 8 virtues, these words convey the moral, social, political, and philosophical beliefs integral to Confucianism, which influenced East Asian culture and history for thousands of years. Such screens first appeared in 18th century Korea and furnished the living quarters of scholars and officials, a practice that continued through the early 20th century. Books and Scholars' Objects, Chaikori, 1890s. This screen illustrates objects in a scholar's studio. Bronzes associated with ritual ceremonies and ancestor worship, multiple volumes of books alluding to Confucius's teachings, lotus motifs symbolizing Buddhism, and the peony representing wealth and honor. In the court style, the artist composed isolated objects and applied mineral and vegetable pigments for shading and a three-dimensional effect. This type of screen, which would have been placed behind a low writing desk in a scholar's studio, represents the tastes of the educated elites who valued classical teaching and appreciated antiques. Garment box with phoenix design, 1840s to 1850s. This rectangular box is lavishly decorated with mother-of-pearl inlay depicting phoenixes, the Korean character for longevity, flowers, and fruit. Layers of black lacquer were first applied to the wood core, and then the design was carved into the lacquer. Lastly, finely carved and polished mother-of-pearl was inlaid in the grooves. The large size of the box and its animated design suggest it was produced for holding clothes during the mid-19th century in Seoul, one of the lacquer-making centers of the Joseon dynasty. Table with birds and flowers, 19th century. A portable table such as this was used to carry and serve food to individuals seated on the floor. It could also be used as a writing desk or a small altar. This lacquered wood example is of the utmost quality, featuring intricate design motifs and superb craftsmanship. An emblem of royal status is meticulously rendered alongside flowers, branches, and clouds in mother-of-pearl inlay. Wine Pitcher and Cup by Camellia Hongja Okim, 2007 to 2009. Born in Seoul and presently based in Maryland, Camellia Okim uses silver and gold metalworking techniques to create work that experiments with abstraction and Korean craft traditions. This pair of objects are modeled after customary vessels used in Korean wedding ceremonies, where wine is offered to the bride, groom, and their parents. Both components feature the traditional Korean and Chinese character Fu in gold, representing blessings for a happy marriage, as well as the artist's seal in both languages.